Yandere Dev, how do you like Snap Mode, but you don't have Osana done? You don't even have any way to even beat the game. Yandere Dev, how could you be in production of this game for almost 6 years, but it's still a sandbox? It's not even in beta yet. Yandere Dev, how can you have not finished this game yet, or even finished Osana, but you have backers, people giving you money, you had Tiny Build help you? Well, I don't understand. Oh, Yandere Dev, you don't have to answer that one. I can tell you. He's scamming you. He's trying to take your He's taking your money, and he is not going to finish this game. Hi, it's Luna. Sorry for that very aggressive intro. Listen, I have been someone that's been following Yandere Simulator for many years now. Almost, I want to say, half the time it's been in development, and I subscribed to the channel. I was just like, wow, all these new features and stuff, and I realized over time, nothing's happening. Okay, there's no new feature, it isn't in beta yet, there was no ending, no point. But he seemed really passionate about what he was doing, so that's what kept me invested. But after a while, it was just like, the updates became pointless because there was no game to really play. It was just a sandbox to fuck around in that everyone had done to death. And after excuse, that passive-aggressive video he did in 2018, was it Hate and Shame is what it was called, where he was basically making excuses of why he never finished the game and why people are complaining and he's just fucking a victim and people are being so mean to me and they're just twisting my words, and 6 years later still haven't gotten Osana done yet or even got a finished game, but I'm a victim. I'm a fucking victim. It got to the point where I was just like, I don't want to follow this anymore. There's no point. I assumed that the game was like, he just gave up on it. Like he was just like, I'm not finishing this game. But apparently, no, he's still working at it. And it's still not finished. Now this video was brought upon me by two things. Videos about things like this popping up my recommendeds and me not actually wanting to watch them because I assumed they were just like shitting on him. And there's a whole Twitter dedicated to events and occurrences that have happened before Yandere Simulator has come out. It's the funniest shit. You need to go follow it. I'm leaving it in the description. It's the funniest shit. And with all I've said so far, I just realized that no, those videos were probably warranted. I didn't really watch any of them, but they were most likely warranted because this man is just dragging his feet. But let me stop talking about it like that and let's just get into some of the things that I feel don't make any fucking sense. If you don't know what Yandere Simulator is, I'm gonna give one of my bullshit ass rundowns. Basically, it's a game about a Yandere girl, which if you don't know what a Yandere girl is, it's basically a psycho bitch. And Yandere-chan, I'm not sure if she has an actual name or not, is madly in love with Senpai and tries to keep everyone away from him and keep him to herself. Now, there's supposed to be a number of things that keep her from getting Senpai, but, most of it's not done yet. Now, this game is just widely hated at this point. Like, there's a whole channel that's literally called Why You Shouldn't Support Yandere Simulator. Like, no one really likes this game anymore because of the fact that it's been in development for 6 years and there's been absolutely no progress on the character that's needed to finish the fucking game, and there's been Easter eggs, he has Patreons, he's had help, he's had assistance, he's had all these chances to finish this game, if nothing, get out of this sandbox phase and put it into at least beta, maybe, fix some of the bugs, but he's refused. But one of the biggest complaints I feel like most people have is how much he wastes his time. On top of their things like his update videos, which usually aren't really update videos, they're just, hey, guess what idea I have to prolong the game more? You want to hear about it? Here it is. Hey, guess what thing I'm working on instead of working on Osana or any other element to finish this damn game? It's pretty much just like he's actively just wasting his time, and he fucking knows. Like a blog post or a community post would literally suffice. You don't need to make a whole video animated at all. But let's run down a number of things that that he does that wastes his time majorly. Let's see. There are the dumb Easter eggs. There are Easter eggs, little things that you can do here and there to make the unfinished game fun. It'd be fun to finish it, but whatever. You could be Captain Falcon, you could be One Punch Man. That's all fun, right? What? I'm sorry, it would be fun to finish. It'd be fun to beat the game? Oh, no. Captain Falcon. Falcon Punch. Fun. There are little mini games. Like, there's the anime minigame that you play in the house. The one that he made that's in the house, that he made a whole fucking essay, hell no, a whole 2-volume book on, about how it could be an anime, how the anime would go, and all his ideas for this minigame that means nothing. I literally forgot it was in the game. I was only reminded today that it even existed. He made a whole essay, a whole 2-volume book about this one mini game that no one cared about. But no, it's totally reasonable why Osana isn't done yet. I get it. There are things like the clubs that would be interesting and fun if we even knew what the end of the game looked like, you know what I mean? He wastes his time on things like fixing bugs that he never fixes because, first of all, we're going to talk about that a little bit later because that's kind of why how he's even making this game makes no sense. But bugs, like why 6 years later the hair is still clipping. I can still put my hand fully into someone's boob. And of course, he's working on the most important things about this game. Like new elements to make it better. Like he wants to make it a Hitman game, but also kind of like Persona and mixed all together, even though that makes no sense and they clash together. He wants to make this game way better and add so many more elements to his unfinished sandbox. To the game that's not finished. Do you even have an idea of what the game's gonna look like when it's done? All these things that are a waste of time because the game isn't finished. I'm gonna keep emphasizing that because if you haven't noticed, that needs to be emphasized to somebody apparently, because that's really an important part of this, is that this game isn't freaking finished. Now let's talk about the coding. I don't know shit about coding. Okay, my boyfriend may have built me a computer, but I was only the person with the credit card in my hand telling him, here's my numbers. Like I don't know shit about computers. I don't know shit like that. But from what I've researched, from the bare minimum I can just grasp from looking at it at a surface level. Just from a surface level, what he's doing is let me give you an example. Let's say you're drawing something and you draw a sketch. Simple sketch, doesn't have a lot of detail to it, maybe muddy. You may even want to change some stuff around the edges, but it's a sketch, so it doesn't matter because this is just a general outline of what this may look like. That's the game at what it was when people were really playing it and it was really popular. You had a beginning, you had some elements of a story, not really even a story. You just had some elements of like, oh, there's students here, there's ways to kill people, you can stab people, but there's no end, there was no meat or potatoes of it. It was just a beginning. And so instead of having like an outline of where this is gonna go, you have your elimination methods, you have your Osana, you have a way to even beat this game. That would be the outline. Instead of having that, you're like, no, I don't want an outline. I'm gonna take the shading, the color, all of that stuff that you put at the butt end because it's little things that you touch up here and there, or little things that have to go with the story. Nah, I'm taking that shading, all that color, plopping it in. I'm plopping it right there on top of the sketch. It's like you don't really know where anything's gonna go. You may even change the entire concept of it and start moving colors around and stuff like that after you don't know, but you just put the color on top of the sketch. And that color and that shading is the mini games. It's that bullshit that we see, the different killing methods, it's snap mode. All that shit is the color and the detail that should be at the fucking end. You know what I mean? To finish the drawing all up. And he thinks that what he can do is just slap the outline, which is Osana, which is an ending of easy killing method, like a simple, like this is one way, at least one way to actually kill Osana. All that would be the outline. He's just like, I'll put it all at the end. I'll just mash that at the end, and even though there will be probably bugs, I could just think of so many things that would fuck up that whole sequence with Osana, where he's gonna have to change Osana, he's gonna have to change this, change that, change this, update every 2 weeks of, hey, I have to basically rewrite this entire game low-key because it's just not fitting together, and it's just this sandwich drawing of disaster. It just looks like you didn't do this right. You didn't do this in the right order you should have. And before we start with he's trying his best and, he's doing the best he can. He has help. There have been people who help him with his art, with some of the coding from what I've seen over the years. There are people that have helped him or have reached out, to help him and to be a part of this. And he has people on Patreon are giving him money. There's no excuse for this. And on top of all of the help that he's getting, on top of that, there's someone who came and was just like, hey bro, we can help you. It's a team called Tiny Build. Now Tiny Build came in and they were like, hey, we can help you. Guess what? We had a game similar to yours. Literally, Hello Neighbor is a game similar to theirs. Now, not in the sense of the story and whatnot. It's not too similar. But, we had a sandbox game that didn't have an end to it. We made an end. Then we fixed some stuff up. Now our game's really popular. Or it was anyways. And people play it and it's finished and we're good. So maybe we could help you out. We've been in your situation and we can help you with what you need. He was like, cool, brought them aboard. They were like, your coding is actual garbage and this is a mess and this is hard. I'm surprised all the computers that have ever played your game didn't shut down immediately. And the guy that came in was nice enough to be like, hey, I'm fix all this shit for you. But I think I realized Yandere Dev has this weird control thing, but where he doesn't really want help. He just wants people to feed him money so he can do it himself. That's not a bad trait. I'm that type of person sometimes where I'm just like, I don't want any help from anyone. I don't want any handouts. I want to do this on my own. When you're just bad at what you do, you should take the handout. Take it actually, because when you're bad at what you do and you don't take that fucking handout, shit ends bad. Surprisingly. And he was like, no, I want to do it myself. No, I don't like the way you're doing this. No, I don't like. I want to be a control freak. I don't like any of this. And obviously, when you have someone that's very much of like, I'm doing all this by myself, I don't really need you here. I just need you to do things that either I don't want to do, but you have to do it my way, and you have to do it the way I saw you do it in my head. Like that type of person. Like I feel like a lot of us have parents like that. You just get fed up and you're just like, okay, well, we can mutually part ways and I'll be nice about it. But I know for a fact that guy probably got like genuinely frustrated with Yandere Dev. Like I'm getting frustrated with them because it's like, I can help you do it in a way that's efficient and get your game out sooner, and he's just like, no, I want to do it this way specifically because I want to have control over what my game is. So long story short, they parted ways. So it's shown that he's had help before, and he still has help in some cases, but I feel like at this point he's just refusing it. He just doesn't really want that help because he wants to be able to be like, I did this on my own, I'm a visionary, I did all this by myself, when no, everyone has help in some way, shape, or form. Now I'm rambling, so this is gonna be my last point. This man is so culturally ignorant. It's crazy. We're not even going to talk about Corona-chan. Doesn't exist. I don't want to hear it. It's canceled. Put it in the fire. We're going to talk about just how Yandere Simulator is just some bullshit ass. I saw anime one day and I just wanted to make a video game around it. There are things like the uniforms that they wear are middle school uniforms. They're supposed to be in high school. How the only thing that really references Japan in a major way is, let's see, the school, Yandere, Chan, Senpai, uniforms kinda, the school. Like, there's not really much that really references Japan in a significant way. It's all pretty much just, I saw an anime one day. This looks okay. Even the names. Some of the names don't really sound right. Like, even for me, I'm not that culturally versed myself, but even I know that, like, some of the names aren't really that great of a depiction of a Japanese name. Like, some of the names, I'm pretty sure, I'm not sure if it's still like this, but I'm pretty sure in the past it's been like people who just say names because they sound Japanese, but it's like the way it sounds is like, we know how we have our first names like Mark Johnson, but how they write it, it's like Johnson Mark, that kind of thing. Or people who are like, I want the word love and the word star, and I put them together and it just has love star, and it's like, because of the words you put together and the way you put them together, they can mean a totally different thing, and it doesn't really mean the words that you think it does, or it doesn't really translate right to what you think it does, and it's not right, you know what I mean? Like, you just don't really know. Like, you took Weeaboo 101 and just kind of ran with it, didn't you? You didn't really even try, like, you know what I mean? And he has the money to, of nothing, find a translator, or even ask one of his fans, hey bro, could you help me find a respectable Japanese name for for all of my characters that represent their feelings and emotions. It's not hard. You have a whole fan base. You had a good amount of subscribers at the time. You had a good amount of Patreons. Like, you could have asked somebody to help you out. But again, Yandere dev doesn't really want help. Like, even some of the stuff is kind of creepy. Like, the panty shot thing. First of all, I'm not going to call him a pedophile nor a predator. I'm not doing that. I have no proof of that. I know there are allegations, but I have seen no proof in that. To be fair, I haven't researched it, but I'm not just gonna say that because that's out there. Okay? But I'm not going to lie. He is extremely creepy. The whole thing with the panty shot doesn't really have ages for any of them, but swears they're over 18. I'm like, okay, so are they seniors? Is Senpai about to leave that whole arc? I doubt you thought that far ahead because you barely finished with Sauna. So what I really think is you just, the shower, see all of it. It's just creepy. All of it's just suspect. Like, I don't know about that. I don't know. They're high schoolers. There are a number of things that are wrong with this game, whether it's culturally, morally, technically. He's just blatantly ignoring. And you have videos on his channel that just show how he's just so annoyed with people telling him that his game is pretty garbage and that they're haters and they don't understand him. And like that character I was mimicking at the beginning, that's a character that he has. Basically, it's just like, look, I'm complaining, bitch. I'm all the people who complain about the game and how it's not done, how it's been 6 years and how there's all these problems. I'm a representation of all of them. I'm annoying. And I don't know if he still kills her every single time she appears, but he's killed her, from what I remember, every single time she appeared. Like, he was just so annoyed that she existed. And I'm just like, those are called criticisms, my dude. If literally this girl asked him questions that he should have been asking himself beforehand. All he would do was make up dumbass excuses or low-key lie, because he'd be like, no, well, I'm gonna do this, and guess what? That thing hasn't happened yet. So these are legitimate concerns that people have for your game, and you're basically being like, well, you guys are fucking annoying. So let me make a whole character, a character before I finish Osana or finish the fucking game. Let me make this whole character to show my annoyance for people who actually want to know when the fucking game is going to be finished and actually want to give me constructive criticism, or really just criticism at all. It doesn't even have to be constructive. At this point, you deserve straight just criticism. Not hate, not death threat, but criticism. Because at this point, you just actively are ignoring people while you're taking their money. Now, this video is getting long, so my final thought is that this is a scam. It is very much a scam. Stop giving this man your money. He is wasting it. I believe he doesn't even want to do this game anymore. He probably wants to make a whole new game, because that's what it seems like he's trying to do. He's trying to make a whole new game and disguise it as the original game, because he still wants the money and he still wants the backing and the support that he had for the original game. That's kind of what it seems like he's doing. I don't think he's passionate about this game anymore. I'm sure he's still passionate about development and ideas and stuff like this. But man, just get an education and go work at a company. Go work as a freelanced game designer or something. Don't sit here and waste your time in a game that I genuinely feel like you're not invested in anymore, honestly. Because you keep saying that I'm working really hard on it, and even back when I was looking at updates, you would say, like, I've been going through something, or I just haven't had the feeling to do this anymore. Your negativity is making me not want to make this game anymore. Then just stop doing it anymore. Stop leading people on. Stop taking people's money, and just make a game where it's like, you don't need these people, you don't need this, because you really don't need any of this money at this point. Go make a game that or make at least the idea or the structure for a game that you're going to stick with. You know all the elements for. You're not going to change, and that you're solely set on. Because Yandere Simulator isn't it. I'm sorry this video was very long. A lot happened today. Listen, my boyfriend's car stopped in the middle of the intersection. His parents basically called me a failure. I'm not feeling the best today, so sorry if I kind of spazzed out there for a second. Anyways, if you like this video, like it. If you want to get notifications on when I upload a video or when I upload new art, please go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. I know my @ changed, so some of you might be following me and kind of forgot for a second, but go follow me on Instagram and Twitter. You'll probably get a notifications a bit better there. You can DM me, you can talk to me. I really don't care. Like, I'm free. I have nothing to do. Please follow me. I'm so lonely. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already, because like, I'm totally awesome, right? You know, my nasally voice, my bad audio, my fucking bad drawings. Like, I'm the best person. You should totally follow me on everything, like right now. Anyways, I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.